Okay, call the meeting to order. Please rise for pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pauline, please do roll call.
Bill Castro. Here. Mr. Bloom.
Here.
Ms. Dracula.
Here.
Mr. King. Mr. Mohan.
Here.
Mr. O'Neill.
Here.
Mr. Ross.
Here.
Mr. Zeritsky.
Here.
Sanders.
Okay, public comments and agenda items only.
Got any public comment tonight? All right, we're good.
Seeing none?
Nope.
Okay, under minutes, we'll be looking to approve the voting session minutes from March 16th, 2023. Any discussion on that? Okay, moving on to the treasury report, Mr. King. Not being here. We're looking to approve the following bills and reports are submitted for approval. Confirm the March 2023 general fund payments, the amount of $1,206,930.36. Confirm the March 2023 cafeteria fund payments, the amount of $76,020.48. And number three, confirm the March 2023 construction fund payments in the amount of $1,209,175.02. And B, to approve the March 2023 Burcom report. Discussion on those items. Seeing none. Agenda items. We'll have the first reading of the updated policy number 707, use of school facilities, which we all received. Mr. Perry,
No, sir.
any discussion on that item? Negotiation items, Mr. O'Neill.
Nothing at this time, but we will be having a meeting in the near future, so
I'll set
get
that
it.
up.
We'll get it from Dr. Perry.
Mr. O'Neill. Education items, Mr. Ross.
Number one, to approve, confirm the release time, staff development requests. The conference location is listed on the left column. The middle are the people that are attending the conference. And the dates are on the right. Two, to approve memorandum of understanding with the Private Industry Council of Westmoreland Fayette, ready to operate the pre-K counts program at Todd Lane through June 30th, 2024, pending review of the solicitor. Could you spend a little bit more on that, Dr. Perry?
So that's the Head Start Pre-K program that we've had here for several years now. They rent space at Todd Lane and we have pre-K counts over there
Now, is that open to everybody? Is that just for Central
for Valley students.
Valley students only? Okay.
They operate in many schools in the county.
Three, to approve extended school year program rates agreement with the school at McGuire Memorial for the 22-23 extended school year program.
Any discussion on those items? Seeing none, we'll move on. Technology, Mr. Moad.
Nothing at this time. Thank you.
Athletics. Mr. King not being here. We'll be looking to approve the following spring coaching position and stipends pending receipt, review and acceptance of all clearances. Baseball, Robert Biancucci, volunteer JV assistant, 0 pay as a volunteer. And FYI, the athletic committee is recommending to retain the following winter coaches for 2023-2024 school year. Boys basketball, Brandon Ambrose. Girls basketball, Chris Rasso. Swimming, Larry Polochek. Gymnastics, Terry Gazda. Wrestling, Kevin Moroz. And cheerleading, Heather Simavoski. Any discussion on those items? Extracurricular activities, Bill Castro.
Number one, to grant final approval to the overnight 8th grade field trip to Gettysburg, PA. from May 18th, 2023 to May 19th, 2023. And there's also an FYI of the field trips in the chart. You see on the destination on the left, the group that will be attending in the middle, and then on the right-hand column is the states they will be attending.
Building and grounds, Mr. Zaritsky.
All right, before we get started, get Mr. Rawson to give our update for construction, please.
From here.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Evening, everybody. The one thing I would like to say first is there was no big surprises this month like we'd had in the past. There was a couple of mistakes, but they weren't ours. They actually belong to the contractor, so they are getting fixed and repaired and all done. But where we're at from the last meeting,
Can I interject real quick?
so
We say mistakes. We're not talking about like they built something, they did it wrong. It's more of like the drawings didn't have something pointed out and therefore it needed to be added. And that's how you end up with change
and
orders
then we fight for a couple of days and
or how much we're gonna pay,
then
right?
we just say no.
So I don't want anybody to think that we put something in that wasn't right and then we're gonna take it.
No. So all of the block, the split face and the veneer is complete except for a very small detail in the entry and exit areas into the new building. Entry and exit roof drains were installed today. That's the reason why we still have work to do concrete wise with the entry and exits because we're still doing plumbing. All the roof steel clips and brackets are complete. Entry and exit and B-wing steel has been completed, including the fire rated doorway in the middle corridor, which is where we had the sprinkler issues. Roof flashing and steel overlay started today. All windows are installed minus the storm shelter area. The storm shelter 2.5-inch plexiglass, polycarbonate, whatever, will actually be delivered in June time. The bottom louvers for the windows that we installed throughout the whole school last week will go in on the 21st of this month. Sprinkler modifications to both the new and the existing buildings are in process. Plumbing and installation is about 90% complete. Sprinkler install in the new building has been completed and tested. Electrical wiring and cable trays still is on, install is ongoing. The floor slab is complete except for entry and exit. This will happen in the next 2 weeks. Saw cutting and duct penetrations have been made and HVAC duct is being installed every day. Large amounts of duct going down the corridors that you saw with.
I saw it.
Entry and exit finish work is in progress. The sprinkler modifications and updates to the existing school that we had a big discussion about last month are about 75% complete. When we actually do the tie-ins, so we're pretty much borrowing about 70% of water from the new building to update the sprinklers in the existing building. Pipe is in, everything is looking good. We completed my room D120 today. But we won't actually do the tie-ins until kids and teachers are gone because we have to shut the water down for a couple of days. So moving in the right direction, everything's good. I think we caught up a couple of weeks during sprinkler install and roof install. And I think we're on track.
We have we have some work to do. Obviously, there's the outside work that's going on the new part of the building. Once school lets out, there's going to be work that's going to be done on the inside of the building as well, which we met today and talked about. The heat pumps are all being replaced in the building. So that's going to require some coordination. We're going to have to move some stuff because the rooms that the heat pumps are in have storage and boxes and, you know, we need to move things. So we're going
And
to
Christmas decorations from 1966.
coordinate that. Also, the technology in the classrooms is also being swapped out. So there's going to be some things we need to do in those classrooms. And before the teachers go, we're going to have them clear some of the stuff out. So we got a lot of coordination to do here over the next couple of weeks to prepare for whenever school ends so that we're ready to continue to move forward. So we'll be meeting on that and making sure we have a good plan in place to make that happen as well.
Any questions? On the update from the board?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lawson.
Under building and grounds, we're looking to approve the following building usage requests in the chart as listed. And then number 2 is the following change order related to the construction project. And it's under the general construction. It's a motion to approve change order GC number 12 for Center Grange. And it is a credit in the amount of $1,952 for the elimination of a marker board in D120 per a request by the district. So I do have one question, Dr. Perry. The board policy changes for building usage and facility usage request, when will that go into effect?
May.
When the vote will be in May. So anything that is past May in this
Yes.
will have to abide by the new policy. Is that accurate, or is this being approved prior to?
Retroactive.
He's talking about
I mean, there's a couple of
a
them.
couple of, we can let them know.
Okay. All right, that's all I had. Thank you, Mr. Bloom.
Mr. Zaritsky, I have a question. With the problems that we've had down at Shell with the air quality that they say is happening, okay? Does anybody in this district or what, maybe I'm.
We had air quality tested about a
Yeah, not,
month or so ago, month and a half. We did.
that was the second time.
Yeah, we did air quality testing at the end of last year when the kids were here before they left. And then we did it again here in about a month ago. We
Month
did
or
it
six.
again and we're,
So would that be ongoing? Would we continue to do something like that or
if necessary, we could do one more, but right now there's been
no problems?
Yeah,
not even close.
How come? Okay,
We were so clean that we were less than what you get from a Sharpie.
really? Good. That's great to hear.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Zaritsky. Mr. Lawson, thank you. Under personnel, looking to approve the resignation of Heidi Konaki, paraprofessional, effective April 13th, 2023. Anything else, Dr. Perry?
No, sir.
Finance items, Mrs. DeCenzo.
To approve the adoption of resolution 2023-2024 Beaver County Career and Technology Center, 2023-2024 general fund budget, $6,915,699.
Any discussion on that? Okay. Public comment. Anyone's public comment? Anybody?
I think so.
Okay. Before we go to superintendent's comments, let's go to the administrators. Center Grange, Ms. Kasanovich.
So we had a successful kindergarten registration on March 14th through the 16th. We had over 125 kids registered. We're having a makeup date on May 18th. And we already have about 10 to 15 already scheduled, but they're calling daily to come and schedule. So I think the driving by the building and seeing it in progress is helping to get those numbers up. We had a kindness program, Josh and Gab, which was a two musical musicians that came about, they sang about kindness. They even had a warrior song that they did for the kids. They tailor-made it to our service program pretty much. The kids absolutely loved it. That happened on March the 30th. We're in the midst of planning for the end of the year activities, our story walk and grand finale and field trips. And I'll have more information about that next board meeting. And we just had a really successful visit from our Amplify rep for the new reading program this past Tuesday. They were very pleased at what they saw and the progress we're making in implementing the new program.
Just a question. How much of numbers increase from say last year to this year with say kindergarten?
I don't know exactly the numbers, but this is a bigger number this early. Yeah, we usually have a lower number now, and then they come in through the summertime and they register. But I think because of the full day program and they see the building going up, I think that more people registered earlier this year.
Okay.
Once we hit the third day enrollment, I can give you a report for the last 5, 6 years,
Yeah.
whatever, we'll see what the kindergarten numbers look like.
But we'll still have people registering all throughout the summertime.
I'm just curious to see how many up to this point.
Yeah.
Compared, say, to last
This
year.
is a little bit bigger than it usually is.
Thank you. Sferigotti, Todd Lane.
Everybody, at Todd Lane, we are busy preparing for our PSSA tests. Those are our state assessments. Also, our end of the year events like our golden ticket party, field trips, event day, our spelling bee, and obviously our award ceremony.
Thank you. Middle school, Ms. Hicks, Mr. Dolph. Whoever wants to go first, whatever.
Good evening, everyone. Things are going well at the middle school. The high school guidance counselors met with our 8th grade class and started preparing for the scheduling for next school year. Our Viathon competed today. I did not get to find out what place they came in, but we sent a nice contingency over to Brady's Run to compete. I'm sure they represented us well. We just had same as the high school or the same as the elementary, preparing for our PSSAs, as well as setting up for our end of the year, park days, carnival, and awards ceremony, which that information will be coming out here at the beginning of May. So that's all at the middle school right now.
You. High school. Mr. Rickovican.
Good evening. Prior to Easter break, we ended the third 9 weeks. Core cards were issued. We also completed scheduling prior to Easter here in the high school. The guidance counselors met with every individual student prior to leaving and have their schedules set up and ready to go for next year. At the end of the month, we have senior project presentations, and May 5th, we have our prom at Shadow Lakes. And as to add on to what Brian said, our Envirothon team did compete at Brady's Run today. When we finished in first place, we actually finished with 3 of the top 5 places. So kudos to Mr. Emler and the 3 teams that represented Central Valley today.
Thank you.
This is not every year. Mr. Emily places not every year.
Park.
For special education, we have a busy and exciting week next week. We have 16 students traveling to Orlando, Florida for the academic games competition, the national event. 16 is a large number, so we're looking for some pretty good participation from our kids there and hoping that they'll represent us well, which I'm sure they will. And Lydia Hawley and Mandy Goss, our 2 gifted coaches, will be going with them. And then if any of you are available next Friday at Geneva College, they'll have their annual track and field Special Olympics event. And we have students from all of our buildings attending that as well. If you haven't been to one,
Highly recommend it.
it's worth stopping by for just a little bit.
I highly recommend
Be
it.
wearing all the blue Central Valley shirts. You can find us.
Thank you.
Mr. Imel.
Mr. I. Miller.
Staff iPad handouts we should be wrapping those up in the next week, and then student handouts are going to begin next week. I have a schedule. I'll be emailing out to the principals next week and to the teachers, and hopefully the plan is to have those wrapped up by the May 5th Act 80 Day. That's it.
Thank you, sir. All right. Coach Perry.
I have nothing.
Oh, come on.
I have nothing. Thank you.
Okay, board members' comments. Mr. Ross.
Nothing this evening, Mr. President, Vice President. Blue.
Hey, you.
Mr. Zaritsky.
Nothing, thank you.
Thanks.
Nothing from me, thank you. I did attend the NSBA conference in Orlando. I'll be giving my report the next week's meeting because I come home. I had one day and I went right back to work, so I've been busy. But I will have a report.
Pay for your vacation, huh?
I will have a
You had to
report
pick-
for you next week.
You always pay when you go on vacation.
Motion to adjourn. Brisky. Second. Go ahead. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same.